Hello, my name is Juan, and again, this is another video demonstration of the program I wrote in Rust. In this program, I'm just showing um, the main features of this programming language, which is Rust, which is one of the fastest programming languages, but it's also really intuitive. So it's interesting and easy to use if you understand some concepts that I'm gonna go through. And first of all, you have to install Rust, and then probably you'll have to install some dependencies from Visual Studio, which is basically C++, um, like dependencies. And yeah, so here is my program. In order to create a program, you come here to the file to the folder in which you want to create a program. Then you open up the terminal like this, and then here you have to write a command which is basically cargo init, which will create these files here in your in your folder. And now is when you can really write the program. And you should also install an extension which is going to help you for all these things, which is basically just assigning the type of variable. And let's go from the top. Here's this is I'm just calling here like input and output. Um, uh, let's call this just like modules that I'm going that or kind of libraries similar to that I'm going to use. This is gonna be like comparison, and which I if I wanted to I don't need to use, but I want to. I'm gonna show you why. And this is basically mutable and immutable variables. This one's mutable, and this one's in. I mean, this one is not mutable. This one's mutable, and you basically put this, and this is gonna allow um, the variables to this variable to change, which I'm doing here, and then I'm printing out here, and um, like default variables are gonna be immutable and private. So that's something to have in mind. And this is because Rust doesn't have like a garbage collector, and this is made so that the performance is really high, and that's why this is a really good programming language. And then a macro is basically modifying some things in order to make like functions or methods that we can call in the entire scope. And then yeah, here we're using more macros. Here's an expression which is adding, is multiplying, and yeah, the sum product and conditionals here. Using an if statement, else if, and else. And here's a loop. This is a counter from 0 to 5, and it's gonna break it. This is a function which I'm creating here. This is not really the function. This is just the values we're gonna use inside the function. This is the function, which is defined outside here, outside main. And here's another one. And the difference between these two is that this one is gonna borrow and it's not gonna own the variable passed here. And this is called uh, ownership and referencing. And that is basically the difference in these ones. We would use this one, which allows the user to change the value and then call it again. But here, like, you have the fixed value, and this is just to ensure memory safety things. And here I'm just doing a game, which is where I use the comparison methods here. And yeah, so here You just have to guess a number that I chose, and this is the secret number, which is not secret anymore. And this is the number. I mean, this is the title and description. The number is between 1 and 10, so you can guess it because it's gonna have a loop. This loop is gonna be kind of infinite until you actually guess the correct number. I'm gonna try to change this later so that you have like 3 attempts or 5 attempts, and then it's gonna break either way. And yeah, let's run this program. So we come here, we run it, and here we have all the values and things we did here, which is cool. And then here we have the guessing game, which I'm gonna try it. 5 and it's too small. 9, it's too big. But then 7, that's the right number. And here's when the program finishes. And yes, this is the Rust program that I made.